Basically, I'm just saying hello. Um, I'm in a period where I am real busy with a lot of stuff, so I'm not playing a lot of records. I'm actually playing and recording and working on art a lot. So I don't have a lot of music to share now. I did receive another package from Public Eyesore. I'll get to that shortly, but thought I'd just say hello. I know some of you folks are fairly regular, so I'll say hello. Henry, hello Garrett, hello Jen, Two Sticks, Diana. I can't remember everyone, but I do know that some folks do watch fairly regular. Um, if I can share anything that's on my mind, a big part of what's on my mind while I'm doing everything else is just constantly kind of like you check the temperature of something cooking. Is I'm just always looking at the psychic pulse of the country as well as the world, and every time I check, it's just a little bit more unhinged. It's not my imagination. Communication, divisiveness are really rampant right now. People being able to understand one another is a real challenge. This is not to negate all the good things that go on, because good things go on all the time. But the general trend of everything is it's kind of like in a large bowl of black oil, there's this tiny speck of like maybe sand that's trying to stay afloat. That's how I compare the goodness compared to the general malaise that we're living through. These kind of things, these thoughts are pretty regular because of my interaction with the world, not just through my personal comings and goings, but social media, which is part of our normal world now, or it's part of our daily world. The Instagrams, the Facebooks, the Twitters, the constant flow of opinion and commentary that goes on, the trolling and the bots that are let loose. I still have been monitoring, the Gulf. Now they're moving into recovery phase, but I avoid looking at the live chat because, again, you see where it's just full of spam bots as well as really pathetic people. And even though the spam bots are computers set up to just spam that shit, it's real people with real intentions behind that. It's so sick. And interestingly, the movies have been showing us, decade after decade, how we're moving in this direction, kind of showing us how crazy the next phase is going to be. I can't think of some movies I'm thinking of, some sci-fi movies I'm thinking of where, years ago they showed the fracturing of communication and the rampant use of prescription drugs to the point that people are like zombies, or really compromised mentally and still trying to function, which is what we have today. I mean, on a continuing, and it's continuing, it's increasing, it's not decreasing. I live in Omaha, and for the longest time, it was a rarity to see panhandlers. Pretty much every week I go out in traffic, I see more spots being taken up by panhandlers. There have been a couple of really popular spots, but now they're showing up on corners where, in poor neighborhoods, where anybody got no money. I mean, that says a lot to me about the direction that things are heading. I'm not interested in false hope or somebody trying to tell me something that they think, where I may have it wrong. I don't. I'm seeing what's going on. So I'm just always observing and looking for glimmers of hope or signs that, someone who has the ability is trying to send out a ray of light in a way that might be effective. not seeing too much evidence of that. I'm not talking about the run-of-the-mill stuff like people giving clothes to the Red Cross and money, and that's not run-of-the-mill. That's wonderful stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. I know that that's what's going on. All of the regular, what they call regular citizens who down in the Gulf doing all the rescuing and, along with the National Guard and the police. Thank goodness for good people, Thank goodness. The thing that I have trouble explaining or verbalizing is my hope that the rich man, the powerful man, the rich woman, the powerful woman, whatever race, color, creed they are, can have a waking moment where the bottom line of profit and keeping the machine going, where they have a moment of epiphany and say, yeah, we've been keeping this machine going, but I really don't see the rewards that are supposed to be there for the people. I mean, it's a few people who are living high on the hog off all this. And I'm always observing for a sign of hope that some of those 1%, 20%ers will have a moment where they realize there is something they can do, as well as us common people, to try and turn this ship of the planet around. Yeah, this is what's on my mind. Yeah, I don't feel like showing, I'm not playing any records, so I don't have any to show you, and I'm not ready to review what I got from Public Eyesore because I haven't absorbed it really well yet. The last thing will say, though, is for those of you folks who may not know it, I do have a new album out on CD only, Sound Waves. It's really good, and like anybody else, merchandise and sales and the marketplace is how we're able to sustain. And so if you don't have my music and you would like to show me some support, or you would like to see me stay here, this is how you can make that happen. Purchase my music. I'll leave a link. I still have some vinyl for sale. My very first album, Nice, I still have that on vinyl for sale, and I have just a handful of copies of Flyover on vinyl left for sale. Okay? That's what's on my mind this morning, and I hope you're all well. These are some interesting times, folks, aren't they? Aren't they?